a champ. Can't you feel the blood flowing, flowing? You can't stop it cause we're chosen, chosen. Roaring like a lion, soaring.
UMass on 3, 1, 2, 3, UMass, you know, rock!
Coming in like a champion. Running like a legend.
We welcome you to the Clark Athletic Center here on the campus of UMass Boston for a non-conference volleyball matchup between the Beacons and the visiting WPI Engineers. Hi everybody, Bill Spalding, glad to be with you as these two teams renew a series that had been dormant for more than 2 decades. Both teams come in at 4-6, coming off good wins. For the Beacons, 4 consecutive wins. They're looking to make it 5 in a row. For WPI, they had a 3-0 sweep against Smith and Newmac play last time out. A really dominant win, closing things out with 25-11 wins in sets 2 and 3. So it should be a lot of fun. We got a lot coming up after the break. We'll preview the matchup and get you all set for UMass Boston and WPI. That's coming up next on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris. The subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
Inside the Clark Athletic Center as we get set to get things going between WPI and UMass Boston. This turned into a really nice non-conference matchup for both these teams in between their conference matchups, which come again this weekend. Let's focus on our player to watch today. And for UMass Boston, that's Sarah Doyle, middle blocker on this squad. And in the win against Rhode Island College to start conference play, it was really the dominance of the net that was key for UMass Boston. Beacons were really strong to net, 24 total blocks for the Beacons in that game to pick up the win. Doyle this season's been really strong, 64 kills, 36 blocks as well for Doyle, helping really pick up some of the slack after the graduation of Julia Murphy, the All-American middle blocker last season for the Beacons. Mentioned it just a bit that this is a series that hasn't been played for 21 years. In fact, the last time these teams played was 1996. And if you look up and down these rosters, almost every single player on these two teams wasn't even born when these teams played last. It's a series that has been dominated recently by WPI, as recently as 21 years can be. They've won the last 13 matchups, 14-2 overall. To find the last Beacons win, you have to go all the way back to 1983 to find a UMass Boston win over WPI. Let's take a look at a video on the season here, previewing what's ahead for UMass Boston Volleyball. Then we'll be back with starting lineups and more after this video here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Preseason is going really well. It's always pretty challenging, but the girls have come in with a lot of energy. Freshmen, we're introducing them really quick. We're working on a lot of new things with Coach Mike, a lot of quicker tempo.
So this preseason has been more mentally challenging than physically challenging because a lot of our girls already came in all conditioned and ready to play. But I think this preseason we mostly focused on having a better team dynamic, and I think that's going to help a lot later in the season.
Myself and the other captains have been focusing on building team chemistry and making sure that the younger classmen, sophomores and freshmen, feel a part of the team, and that way we have good team chemistry on the court because that's what's going to win games. Also, just making sure we have high energy every practice and everyone's giving 100%. That way we are making ourselves better and we can go far this season.
With Coach Mike now, being in charge of the program, I don't think there's too much change. We're still keeping things challenging and competitive. So just learning each other even more, just learning Mike's coaching style, him learning us, building relationships. So we do have a nice group of freshmen. Carson, she's been working really hard as a freshman setter. It's always tough coming in, learning a new offense. We have Amelia, who's a transfer. She's really helping put up a big block, really high reach, get some good swings in.
After losing some of our senior powerhouses, I think some people that have really stepped up is Laura, Ariana, and Sarah, which are all going to be sophomores this year. And then one of our transfers, Amelia, really showed promise after seeing a couple of practices.
For our setters, Rachel and Christina they've been here 3 years now, so they understand the offense pretty well. And for them too, I think it's really neck and neck in that it'll be a battle to see who starts. But also the freshman, she shows a lot of promise for the following years. She should be pretty good. She's fast and she's a really hard worker. For our libero, we lost E, and she was a really big part of our team. I think Michaela will be a good option to fill those shoes. Also, there's Sydney and our freshmen, I think, with a little more experience and seeing the level of play that we are now, and with more work from Mike and Coach Keeks, I think she could be a good option as well.
After scrimmaging Emerson yesterday, some takeaways I had were that we all mesh really well on the court, even though Coach Mike mixed up all the lineups. And even after running a really basic offense, we were still killing the other team. So I think after we mix in a couple of combos and like faster sets, we'll definitely be one of the top teams.
As a Texas native, I'm excited that we get to go back a second time. The competition level is really high for volleyball, so I think it's always a good opportunity that we do get to travel my senior year to Texas, and also we'll get to play other teams that are nationally ranked.
I think regardless of the lineup, the returners know our expectations, and those haven't changed, so I don't think we'll struggle there. We know that we're always going to compete at a high level, and we're just going to teach the freshmen the same thing. We're definitely always going to go after conference, win the LAC tournament, and then make a good run in the NCAAs.
My expectation for our team this year is to get into NCAA national championships.
And we're back here at the Clark Athletic Center getting set for action between UMass Boston and WPI. Beacon's looking for a fifth straight win. It would move them to 5-6 on the year. WPI could also get to 5-6 with a win today. Let's take a look at some numbers as we see how these teams match up head to head. Beacon's hitting really well this season, 207, which is why it was a bit surprising they only hit 141 in their win last time out against Rhode Island College, but it was the blocks that allowed UMass Boston to the 3-1 win there. Some of the things that WPI does really well, they're a good defensive team. You see the 17 digs per set led by libero Victoria Nasser, a junior from Salem, New Hampshire. They also serve it well, as do the Beacons, both teams averaging about 2 aces per set. In terms of individual leaders for UMass Boston right now, the offense has really been going through Eileen Shee, 129 kills. She sees a ton of service, and she's been phenomenal so far, one of the best players in the Little East Conference. On that WPI side, Casey Hunt is their leading killer with 99 kills, but it's a pretty balanced team. Amanda Wetmore has 97 kills, and Wetmore is hitting out of this world. 412 hitting percentage so far this season for Wetmore. WPI also has a really good setter. Azita Bakhtiari, junior from Andover, Massachusetts, has 325 assists already this season. She'll be the setter no matter really where she is in the rotation, front or back. I mentioned Nasser's digging, and at the same time for UMass Boston, Michaela Chianco's had a really nice season playing defense in that libero role, taking over for the All-American Elizabeth Glavin at libero. The blocks, we talked about it with Sarah Doyle earlier. She'll be in a good battle up front against Brooke Klepper today. And Bakhtiari is not just a great setter, she's also a great server. 20 aces to lead the way for WPI so far this year. Worcester Polytechnic Institute, the Engineers, coached by Greg Poole. He's in his 5th season as the head coach for WPI. You see his overall record. He's used to coach at Western New England and Western Connecticut State in the Little East. A good plus 100, about 100 games over 500 in his coaching career. And he's led WPI to a good season. They've surprised some folks already with some good early wins. UMass Boston, coached by Mike Houlihan in his 5th year as head coach, but his first year as a solo head coach. Past few years he was the interim, or rather the co-head coach along with Terry Condon. He's been tremendous during his time, though, at UMass Boston, helping lead this squad to a number of NCAA tournaments and even some trips to the Final Four. All right, let's go to the starting lineup, and we'll start with Worcester Polytechnic Institute, WPI. Their starting lineup features some of the players we've talked about, Wetmore, Hunt, and Nasser, along with Bakhtiari as the setter. Watch the opposite hitter, Melissa Daigle, a senior from Norfolk, Massachusetts. She has 50 kills this season as well. And now the starting lineup for UMass Boston.
I'm Rachel Maslach, and I'm a junior setter from Berlin Center, Ohio.
Hi, I'm Amelia Chepievska. I'm a sophomore outside hitter from St. Paul, Minnesota.
I'm Christina Elliott. I'm a junior setter from Camas, Washington.
Hi, I'm Eileen Shee. I'm a junior outside hitter from San Francisco, California.
Hi, I'm Ariana Casengol, and I'm a sophomore middle from Melbourne, Florida.
I'm Michaela Kianco. I'm a senior libero from Clearwater, Florida.
Hi, I'm Sarah Doyle, a sophomore middle hitter from Glendale, California.
Your starting lineup for UMass Boston as they go through their final iteration of warm-ups before getting set to get things going against WPI. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the keys to the game, national anthem, and we'll get things going between UMass Boston and WPI. Glad to have you with us here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
The University of Massachusetts Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
At the Clark Athletics Center, still about 5 minutes or so until we get things going. Beacons going out of conference here in the midst of a couple of conference games. They opened up Little East play at Rhode Island College last week with a 3-1 win on the road against the Anchor women. Up next in just a couple of days, they'll take on Western Connecticut State Saturday down in WestConn in Danbury. So that'll be another big matchup for the Beacons. WestConn started 1-0 in conference play with a win. They were picked 4th overall in the preseason Little East Conference poll. And then a big matchup, a grudge match against Tufts coming up for the Beacons after that. Remember, Tufts was the team that eliminated UMass Boston from the NCAA tournament last year. For WPI, this is also a trip out of conference before they'll dive back into conference against Wellesley on Saturday. WPI so far this season in NUMAC play 1-2, 2 conference losses against Springfield, always a really good team, 3-2, and to Babson, 3-0. You can follow the Beacons on social media across a variety of platforms at UMass Beacons. Also be sure to check out the YouTube page. Seth Orensky, part of the athletics communications staff here at UMass Boston, working on a really cool feature with Coach Mike Houlihan today. Mike Houlihan will actually be mic'd up, and Seth will put all that together online tomorrow, and you'll be able to kind of hear what's on the head coach's mind during his course of action throughout the whole 3 sets, 4 sets, or 5 sets, however long it may go. We're going to take another break, and we're closing in on the start here between UMass Boston and WPI.
I'm Elizabeth Glavin, sophomore business management major from Edina, Minnesota. I love being a part of this volleyball team. Volleyball is what brought me to UMass Boston. I looked at our recruiting website one last time and saw UMass Boston on it, came out for a visit the next week, and it kind of hit all the boxes that I was looking for. In a good city, good academic school, good volleyball program. It had everything I wanted. Although it was far away from home, I knew this is where I wanted to be. Winning 6 back-to-back LEC titles is really a dynasty, I think, and Terry has really focused hard on recruiting and building this dynasty and continuing to build a program that can continue to win championships, and it's really lucky to be a part of something this great. Last year I was the Little East Conference Defensive Player of the Year, All-Conference second team, NCAA Regional MVP of the regional tournament, ABC All-Region Honorable Mention, and New England Women's Volleyball Association All-Rookie Team and Honorable Mention. I think my favorite game would have to be playing in the regional championship last year. We played against a really good Williams team, and I think that match, we started off a little shaky and lost the first set. We've lost in the whole playoff season, and I think that kind of shook us a little bit. We came back firing, and we're ready to go those next couple games. Our coaches are bringing in a lot of really strong girls who want to make a commitment and make an impact in this program, and I think that is why we're continuing to do well, and we'll continue to do well for the next few years. Being a student here has been really awesome as well. I've recently started taking more of my business classes and found that's a good choice and a good fit for me. And eventually, I hope to open my own business and kind of be successful and do what I love at the end of the day.
At the Clark Athletic Center again, we're counting down to action between UMass Boston and WPI. Bill Spalding with you here. Beacons 4-6 on the season, 1-0 in Little East Conference play. WPI 4-6 on the year. They're 1-2 in the NUMAC conference that's always really strong at volleyball. Starting lineups will be announced here on the court, and we'll bring them to you again as they are announced, and then national anthem, and then we'll get things going between the Beacons and the Engineers. First time in 21 years these two schools have met. Yeah, and your starters for WPI, Amanda Wetmore, Brooke Klepper, Casey Hunt, Azita Bakhtiari, Sarah Quatinetz, Victoria Nasser. She's the libero, an outstanding libero for this WPI squad. And the starters for the Beacons look like this: Eileen Shee, Sarah Doyle, Ariana Kasengall, Rachel Maslak, Amelia Chepievska, Christina Elliott, and Michaela Chianco. We're with you here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Eileen Shee, 129 kills this season. She has been phenomenal. An honorable mention All-American last year, and she may be the Conference Player of the Year this season. She's off to a great start if she wants to keep those Little East Conference Player of the Year awards in the family here at UMass Boston. Of course, Julia Murphy was gobbling them up the last few seasons as the Beacons' all-everything middle blocker and top hitter as well. Beacons were 29-5 last season, 7-0 in the Little East. Again, 4-6 this year, but it was an 0-6 start against incredible competition. They started the year down in Texas, the Mary Hardin Baylor Invitational, 4 close losses to 4 very good teams. And then here at home against University of Minnesota Morris and Marymount, 2 close losses again. Since then, though, 4 straight wins: RIT, Anna Maria College, Brandeis, and Rhode Island College to get things going for Mike Houlihan's group. As Coach Houlihan has talked a lot this year about just establishing a winning culture and the culture the way that he wants the team to play. Of course, they've had that winning culture over the past decade, but building with a young group, only 2 seniors in the regular playing rotation, Alex Gibbs and Michaela Chianco. Take a break for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll get things going.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins. Not the shiny, nail-biting kind. These are the last a lifetime kind.
Thursday night volleyball at the Clark Athletic Center on the campus of UMass Boston. WPI's made about the hour east journey from Worcester to take on the Beacons for the first time since 1996. Again, a big reason why this series has been reignited for the first time in 21 years. Greg Poole was former coach at Western Connecticut State, so he has a good relationship with the Beacons coaching staff. They come together here in the non-conference in between conference matchups for each of these sides. UMass Boston 4-6, WPI 4-6. Winner will move 1 game closer to 500 on the season. Beacons in the black today, WPI in the red. It'll be really interesting to watch the play at the net today. That's going to be a big key. Beacons dominated the net last time out against Rhode Island College, 24 blocks as a team in a 3-1 win. That overcame just a 141 hitting percentage. Libero Victoria Nasser enters the game for WPI. Beacons will start with Michaela Chianco coming in as the libero as well. So Chianco will rotate in, take the place of Sarah Doyle out of the back as the middle blocker will wait until she rotates up front. All right, here we go. Service will go to WPI, and Victoria Nasser will lead us off. 13 aces this season for Nasser. That's good for second on the team. Away we go. Set to the center and pounded down. Ariana Kassengall gets the Beacons on the board first with her 38th kill of the season. So Beacons jump right on top. Eileen Shee goes back to serve. Out of San Francisco, it's an early service error for Eileen Shee, and we're level at 1. Beacons averaging about 2 aces a set this season, as are WPI. Anna Kazauka will serve for the Engineers. Chianco set up and blasted out untouched. Error on Amelia Chepievsky, and Chepievsky's error puts WPI ahead 2-1. In this part of the rotation, Christina Elliott is the setter. Rachel Maslak, who will set when she's in the back, is more like a hitter here. Elliott sets it up on the back line. She, big swing, too strong. It's a 3-0 run for WPI, and they go ahead 3-1. 3 consecutive errors for the Beacons, a service error and 2 hitting errors. Chianco again digs it out. Elliott to the back. Maslak swings, and it's dug by Kazauka. Tapped over Daigle. Set to the back, Shee. And that's in. She finds the corner. Good swing from the back for Eileen Shee, her 130th kill already this season. Beacons within 1 at 3-2, and Michaela Chianco, the senior from Clearwater, Florida, will serve. Goes to the float serve. Set to the outside, Daigle off the block. Just tapped over by Chepievsky. Stuffed down, a stuff block. Chepievsky. The San Diego State transfer evens things up at 3 in the early going. Amelia Chepievsky, an engineering and physics major here at UMass Boston. Her 20th block this season. Beacons coming off a game where they had 24 blocks against Rhode Island College. Elliott the pass outside. Chepievsky again. Boom. 3 in a row for UMass Boston. They're back on top. Second straight kill for Chepievsky, a 2-time all-conference player in high school in St. Paul, Minnesota. That served well short from Chianco, and it's already the second service error against the Beacons. In fact, all 4 points for WPI have come off Beacon errors, 2 service errors and 2 attack errors. Kelly Rathje, a serving specialist, is on for WPI. Rathje, senior from Scituate, Massachusetts, has 9 aces this season. With a lot of steam on that one. Good return by Shee. Maslak, finesse, dug out. To the outside for Casey Hunt, and she blasts it home. 100th kill this season for WPI's leading attacker, Casey Hunt. Engineers back on top 5-4. Hunt's a junior from Granby, Connecticut, in the midst of a great season. Has already dug out 112 digs, too. Chepievsky plays that off the block and earns a point for the Beacons. Already the 3rd kill for Amelia Chepievsky. She'll cycle out in this part of the rotation. In fact, she'll overlap as Christina Elliott cycles out of this rotation. Rachel Maslak will become the setter. Maslak will also serve it here for the Beacons, tied at 5. Junior from Berlin Center, Ohio. Already has 231 assists this year. Outside for Hunt. Big dig, Shee. Beacons go over on 2. Back set, swing, too strong. Amanda Wetmore's error gives the Beacons the lead, 6-5. Wetmore, just a freshman from Hudson, New Hampshire. She's the second option for WPI, 97 kills this season. Outside for Hunt. Off the block. Kept alive. It's be a free ball for the Beacons. Maslak puts it up to the middle. Too strong. Sarah Doyle overhit it. It's the Beacons' 5th error of this first set. It's kept WPI in at 6-all. 5 Beacon errors, just 1 kill for the Engineers, and that came from Casey Hunt. Tough return from Chianco off a really good service from Colleen Mullins. WPI back on top. The sophomore Mullins goes back to the service line. Mullins from Andover, Massachusetts. 23 kills this season. Chianco picked that one up really well. Laura Roman Castro blocked to the net. Comes to the backside. Chepievsky again. Amelia Chepievska has 4 early kills for the Beacons, and it's 7-7. Great start. She's really galvanized the Beaks in the early going. 7-all. Now to serve, Chepievska. It's a tough serve. It's a lead to a free ball for the Beacons. Maslak puts it up to the middle, and it's banged down. Sarah Doyle. Oh, that was wicked. 8-7 Beacons. Really good quick set on the inside from Maslak. Doyle's first kill today, her 65th this season, and that's an ace. Amelia Chepievska continues her great start. 4 kills and an ace. Beacons have their first 2-point lead of the day. Chepievska goes for the float this time. Set up by Bakhtiari, and the kill on that backslide for Brooke Klepper. 52nd kill for Klepper this season. Mentioned Azita Bakhtiari, the WPI setter. She's phenomenal. 325 assists this season. High school teammate of Colleen Mullins at Andover High School. Maslak back sets. Laura Roman Castro earns the kill. Sophomore from San Juan, Puerto Rico puts her squad up by 2. And of course, as WPI takes a timeout, our thoughts with all the folks in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and that entire island devastated by Hurricane Maria yesterday. And of course, we'll need a lot of help from folks in the aid world over the next few months to try and get back to some sense of normalcy. Of course, Laura Roman Castro went to high school in Connecticut, Farmington High School, and that kill earlier, her 21st kill this season. It's a good start for UMass Boston. They lead 10-8 after the WPI timeout from Greg Poole, the 5th-year head coach for the Engineers. Beacons have 4 kills and an ace from Amelia Chepievska, the transfer from San Diego State, only a sophomore. If you're on that Beacon sideline, Mike Houlihan talking to his assembled team, maybe the one bit of feedback is the Beacons have 6 errors, 2 service errors, 4 attack errors already. That's what's opened the door here for WPI to hang around. You clean that up, and you're likely looking at an even more lopsided scoreline. Out of the timeout, Sarah Doyle, the sophomore from Glendale, California, outside of Los Angeles, will serve for UMass Boston. 1 kill today, 65 on the season for Doyle. Also leads the Beacons with 36 blocks. Float serve, it's a good one. Bakhtiari sets it up. Maslak back pass. Tough swing, and it's too strong for Chepievska. That pass kind of threw her off kilter, leaning backwards. Another Beacon error gives the service back to WPI. Casey Hunt, team's leading killer, to serve for the Engineers. She up for Chepievska into the net. It's another Beacon error, 8th of the opening set, and it's 10-all. Again, if you clean things up here for UMass Boston, WPI hasn't put many down yet. Chianco up for Maslak to the outside. Eileen Shee, bang! Second kill for Shee, her 131st this year, and when Shee gets a free swing like that, you can basically put it on the board. Honorable mention All-American, first team All-Region last year with 363 kills for the Beacons. From the back, big swing, Hunt picked up. Set to the middle, blocked. Joust at the net, and Maslak wins the battle. Rachel Maslak slams it down and earns her first kill of the day and her 74th this season. Beacons back up 2. Rachel Maslak's been so important for UMass Boston this year. She really very rarely leaves the floor as a setter and a hitter. Free ball for the Beacons. Shianko to Elliott to the outside. Maslak through the block and down. Beacons have their largest lead at 13-10. 75th kill this season for Rachel Maslak. 13-10 start for UMass Boston. First set in a best-of-5 matchup against WPI. Beacons looking for their first win against the Engineers since 1983. Off the block and down for the Engineers. Give the kill to Sarah Quatinetz, the freshman from Seattle. 70th kill this season for Quatinetz out of Garfield High School in inner city Seattle. Now WPI through a full rotation. Victoria Nasser to serve again. Outside Maslak pushes it down. Wow, Rachel Maslak. Tough set, and she finds a way to score a point. Picking out the back corner. Third kill today for Maslak in this opening set. Beacons lead 14-11. And now the Beacons through their first rotation. Eileen Shee to serve for a second time, and second verse same as the first. A service error for Shee, 14-12. Anna Kozauka, this service coming for WPI, senior from Seekonk, Massachusetts, and Bishop Feion High School down in Attleboro. It's a good serve, and it's down. It caught a bit of the net, made it tough for Chepievska. 2 points in a row for the Engineers. They're right back within 1. Kozauka again. Elliott sets the middle, and it's down. Ariana Kassengall off the good quick set from Christina Elliott. Second kill for Kassengall, her 39th this year. Beacons back up 15-13. Here's libero Michaela Chianco's service. Really good float serve. Over on 2 for Bakhtiari, picked up by the Beacons, and Maslak hammers it down. Beacons were alert there. They've rattled off 2 in a row and lead 16-13. This matches the largest lead of this set. Another good serve from Chianco to the outside. Daigle blocked. Was stuffed up front by Doyle. Shee from the back. Hammers it straight through Kozauka. Beacons lead by 4. Third kill today for Shee. It's been pretty even distribution for the Beacons. 4 for Chepievska, 3 for Shee, and 3 kills for Rachel Maslak. UMass Boston by 4. Back set on the slide. Wetmore couldn't get it over. Turns into a free ball for the Beacons. Elliott puts it up to the outside. Chepievska, that's dug. Really well done by Casey Hunt. Tough set. Elliott to Maslak. And that's too strong. Ends the Beacon run and brings the score to 17-14. UMass Boston leads. That possession was kept alive by Casey Hunt. A big dig on the back. And WPI stems the tide a bit. Kelly Rathje at the service line for the Engineers. Chepievska, boom, right down the middle. 5th kill for Amelia Chepievska. Beacons back up 4. Rachel Maslak to serve for the Beacons. Kind of caught WPI in between. Chianco a diving dig. Chepievska off the block. To the outside for Casey Hunt. Another dig for Chianco. Laura Roman Castro plays it down off Rathje. Second kill for Roman Castro. Beacons have their largest lead of the set, up 5, 19-14. Remember, WPI has already used its first time out of 2 in this set. Bakhtiari puts it up. Hunt the swing. She's stuffed. Here's Hunt again, flat-footed. Dances off the top of the net and down. Casey Hunt earns her 101st kill of the year as that danced off the netting and fell onto the hardwood. 19-15, Beacons up by 4. Service from Wetmore. Shianko picked it up. On the backslide, Sarah Doyle hammers it through. It's the second kill today for Doyle. Beacons 5 points away from a first set win. Another great pass up front as Christina Elliott got it to Sarah Doyle. Outside Hunt through the block. Third kill today for Casey Hunt as she banged it off Maslak and Roman Castro. Four-point lead for the Beacons. Setter Azeda Bakhtiari to serve for WPI. Chepievska, good return. Doyle over the net. Outside Hunt, picked up. Wide for She. Caught the block. Here's Casey Hunt again. Slams it down. Fourth kill for Hunt. She's starting to heat up. Had a good set and blasted it diagonally. UMass Boston coach Mike Houlihan wants a timeout. As they take a timeout on the court, we'll take a quick break as well. 20-17, UMass Boston leads in the first set here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
2 in a row for WPI to bring the score to UMass Boston 20, WPI 17 in the opening set here in a non-conference matchup at the Clark Athletic Center. Beacons have gotten good play from Amelia Chepievska. She has 5 kills. Eileen She has put the ball down 3 times, as has Rachel Maslak. Beacons were a little sloppy early. They've cleaned that up, but all of a sudden Casey Hunt's gotten going for WPI. 4 kills, the last 3 for the Engineers as well. So 20-17, Beacons by 3, trying to close out this opening set against Worcester Polytechnic Institute. Beacons coming off a 29-5 season. Of course, they had massive graduations last year. All everything Julia Murphy, maybe the best libero in program history, Elizabeth Glavin, also Pepper Baker and Colleen Cohn, who were all key contributors on that squad that made another deep NCAA tournament run. Azeda Bakhtiari, the service for WPI. Maslak back sets. Doyle off the block and down. Third kill for Sarah Doyle. UMass Boston ends the run. Sarah Doyle's going to quickly check out here. She'll be replaced by Sydney Birch. So Birch, the sophomore from Boca Raton, is playing a much bigger role in her second season on campus. Will serve here for the first time today. And it's a good serve backing up Nasser. To the middle. It's blocked once. Put back up and over. Maslak sets She, and She ricochets one off the block. Into the net goes Bakhtiari, the first net violation of the day. Point to the Beacons. UMass Boston by 5, 22-17. Second service for Birch. Another really good one. Here's a big swing for Quatnetz, and it ricochets down. Sarah Quatnetz picks up her second kill today and her 71st of the season. WPI within 4 once again at 22-18. Maslak in tight. And that was tough from the start. Had to try and pick it out over the net. Couldn't get it to Shi. Passing error from the Beacons, and it's 22-19. Casey Hunt at the service line once more for the Engineers. Another one for Maslak in tight. Sets it back, and down it goes. Laura Roman Castro picks up another kill. UMass Boston 2 points away from taking the opening set, leading 23-19. Setter Christina Elliott returns to the game, taking Laura Roman Castro's spot, and she'll serve. To the outside. That's slammed down the line. Great swing from Quatinetz for her second kill in recent memory. 23-20. Now WPI needs to string together a few points if they're going to extend this opening set. Have one of their best servers back there, Victoria Nasser, who has 13 aces this season. But there she goes long, taking the risk to try and earn an ace. Instead, she misses. Set point Beacons up 24-20. So here comes Eileen Shi to serve. 2 serves today have both gone into the net. Much better this time, and Shi ends the set with an ace. UMass Boston takes the opening set 25-20. So the Beacons out to a 1-set-to-love start. Second set is coming up here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience for me.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
UMass Boston takes the opening set 25-20 against WPI. Let's take a look at the highlights from the first set. Stuff down, a stuff block. Chepiev to the outside for Casey Hunt. Castro blocked to the net. Comes to the backside. Chepievsky again. Beacons looking for their first win against the Engineers since 1983. Victoria Nasser to serve again. Outside Maslak pushes it down. Wow. Another one for Maslak in tight. Sets it back and down it goes. Laura Roman into the net. Much better this time, and she ends the set. So those are your highlights from a 25-20 first set win for UMass Boston. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. For the Beacons, they hit .394 in that opening set, so much better after a 141 hitting percentage against Rhode Island College. Overall, your leaders 4 kills apiece for Amelia Chepievska, and for Eileen Shi, 3 kills for Sarah Doyle and Rachel Maslak, 2 kills for Ariana Cassingull, and 3 kills for Laura Roman Castro. Laura Roman Castro hitting .750, Ariana Cassingull 667. Eileen Shi, a .500 hitting percentage even with those 4 kills, so she's swinging really well early. 9 assists for both Rachel Maslak and Christina Elliott in that opening set. If you have one concern for the Beacons, it's the errors. 3 service errors and 6 attack errors along with 2 receiving errors. So you add that all up, that's 11 errors that contributed to 20 WPI points. In fact, the Engineers have just 8 kills. 4 of them belong to Casey Hunt. WPI hit just 172 in that opening set. In terms of blocks, 2 blocks for the Beacons, nothing yet for WPI, so the Beacons' dominance at the net continues. Wonder how much of that impact comes from assistant coach Kirsten Morrison, who was so good at the net during her playing days for the Beacons, in an assistant role here with this UMass Boston squad. during her time playing. Graduated a couple of years back. She played volleyball, basketball, and even played softball in her senior season at UMass Boston. All right, Beacons in black, WPI in red. We're set for the second set with UMass Boston up 1-0. Both teams 4-6, but the Beacons have won 4 straight after a really tough start when they went down to Texas and played some of the top teams in the country. Christina Elliott will open up the second set at the service line. Elliott goes for the float serve. Nasser over the net. Elliott sets it up. Maslak a swing. Too strong, just over the back line. So Beacons open up with an error. It's their 10th of the day. And WPI leads 1-0. Engineers coming off a 3-set to love win over Smith, where they dominated 25-20 in the first set and then 25-11 in the next 2 sets. In tight, quick swing for Kassengall is picked up. Casey Hunt goes finesse. Elliott out wide. She blocked. First block today for the Engineers. Sarah Quatinetz gobbled that one up. Had a little bit of help from Brooke Klepper. 2-0 lead for WPI at the start of this second set. Azita Bakhtiara, the junior star setter, plays one over. That's deflected. Oh, good pickup from Bakhtiari against the net. Out wide, she goes finesse, kept alive. Flat-footed swing for Quatinetz, stuffed. Joust. Down it goes. Beacons have won both jousting battles early. This time it's Kassengall. Third kill today for Ariana Kassengall, and it makes it 2 points to 1 here in this second set. Brings back Eileen Shee to serve. Ended last set with an ace. Hunt blocked. And the point goes the Beacons' way as WPI ended up in the net. Beacons really strong on that one. They read the set for Hunt. Had 2 bodies over there. 2-all. She going finesse has her 3rd service error today. All 3 misses have been short when she's tried to drop one in on a float serve. Brings Casey Hunt back to serve for WPI. Tough reception for Chepievska. That sailed on her. Just took off flying. It's 4-2 WPI. It's a great serve by Casey Hunt to start that last sequence. Here she is again, targeting Chepievska. Maslak into the middle. Bakhtiari brings it back for Hunt. Backline attacks a good one. Chianco got it up. Beacons play a free ball over. Bakhtiara back setting. Big swing, and down it goes for Quatinetz. Sarah Quatinetz has her 4th kill already today. WPI's rattled off 3 in a row to lead 5-2. All starting with these great serves from Casey Hunt. Here's another. High up into the rafters. She toward the net. 6-2 WPI. Casey Hunt is dominating this second set at the service line, and UMass Boston wants a timeout. Inauspicious start to the second set. 6-2 lead for WPI. We'll step aside here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
At the Clark Athletic Center, WPI off to a quick start in the second set, leading 6-2 after the Beacons took the first set 25-20. UMass Boston having some similar problems to what they had in that first set. They've been a little bit sloppy, a few errors, some tough returns of service, but part of the reason why has been the great serving from Casey Hunt. She's been blistering some missiles into the back corner, targeting Amelia Shepieska and Michaela Chianco, and putting it right in between the two of them, which makes things really difficult. Here's another service for Hunt. Same spot, Chianco picks it up this time. To the middle, Shepieska is blocked. Hunt from the back. She digs it out, right at the net. Beacon save it, but into the net it goes off Kassengall's swing. Elliott somehow had picked it up over the net to keep it alive. 5 in a row for the Engineers at 7-2. Casey Hunt's impact really being felt. Another great serve. Somehow Eileen Shee just kept it alive for the Beacons. Bakhtiari, good set stuff down. Another swing for Klepper. And a point will go the Beacons' way. Handling error on WPI. That ends the 5-0 Engineer run. So Beacons look for a run of their own with Michaela Chianco back at the service line. Bakhtiari's back set. Quatinetz uses the block and angles it out. 6th kill for Quatinetz, freshman from Seattle, up to 75 kills this season. 8-3 lead now for WPI in this second set. Beacons lead the match 1-0. That's way too strong for Nasser. Service error against the Engineers. Only the second so far today for WPI. Now see the Beacons can get on a run with Rachel Maslak at the service line. She strung together a couple of points on 2 different trips to the serve line. There's a stuff in the center. Sarah Doyle with the block. Turned away Amanda Wetmore. Beacons are back within 3. Second block today for Doyle. At back, Quatinetz picked up by Chianco. Maslak sets. Shepieska over the net, and then WPI goes into the net. Beacons have rattled off 3 in a row, and it's 8-6. So again, Amelia Shepieska's presence really being felt today for the Beacons. Bakhtiari goes backwards. Little tap is knocked down. From the back, Hunt plays it off a block. Free ball for WPI. Bakhtiari out wide. Big swing stuffed again. Doyle got a piece to the outside, and that's a ball handling error. Doyle got stuck in a setting situation, made a double contact. Point goes WPI's way. It's 9-6. In comes Anna Kazauka to serve for the Engineers. Maslak outside, and she's called for a ball handling error. So consecutive ball handling errors for the Beacons, their first 2 all match, and just like that, Engineers back on top 10-6. Maslak gets another chance to the middle. Shepieska off the back line. Engineers keep it alive. Maslak up to the back. Doyle off the block. Pancaked and down it goes. Sarah Doyle earns the kill. That's Doyle's 5th today, and the Beacons are back within 3. Very nearly a pancake dig from Nasha. That was a great effort by the libero for WPI. Bakhtiari over on 2, played it straight to Maslak. Eileen Shee ricochets it off the block. Casey Hunt from the back. Shepieska picks it up. To Shee. It's blocked and down. Azita Bakhtiari, the setter, with the solo block. It's a battle with the great hitter Shee against this setter that the Beacons would take one-on-one more often than not, but Bakhtiari did a great job there on the outside. Rathjay's service, a tough one. Shee, another chance. Deflects it off the block, and Nasser digs it. Hunt. Shianko picks it up. Here's she once more. Blocked down. Got her covered well right now. Hunt plays it off the block. Doyle was there. Another swing for she. Overhit it. Wonder if she's getting a little bit tired. They've been feeding it to her a lot. Had the last 5 swings for the Beacons. WPI is its largest lead of the second set, leading 12-7. Rathje, service. Maslak to the middle. Doyle off balance, got it over. Casey Hunt steps into this one. Boom! Casey Hunt has her 6th kill today, and WPI keeps racking them up. 13-7 Engineers. Beacons will sub out Shepievska and bring in Sydney Birch. Rathje's service is strong. Pulls the Beacons back within 5, 13-8 WPI. Sarah Doyle, good service. Nasser got to it. Bakhtiari to Hunt. Went for the finesse play. Maslak was there. Laura Roman Castro picks out the corner. Big impact today for the sophomore. Already 4 kills. She had just 20 coming in through the opening 10 games. So doubling up her season average. Beacons are back within 4. Great service. Down it goes. Sarah Doyle drops in an ace, and the Beacons are within 3. Now they were down 6. They've rattled off 3 in a row. Trying to keep it going with Doyle at the service line. Into the net. 5th service error on UMass Boston. Doyle head out. It's 14-10. Beacons trail by 4 in the second set after they won the opening set 25-20. Colleen Mullen serves and answers a service error with one of her own. It goes right back to UMass Boston at 14-11. It's the 3rd service error against the Engineers. Game being played at a good pace right now between UMass Boston and WPI. Christina Elliott serving for the Beacons. Goes for the float serve. Bakhtiari across for Casey Hunt. Oh, that was picture perfect there. The high set gave Hunt all the time in the world to build up to it. She slammed it down the middle. Four-point lead for the Engineers in set 2, trying to even up this match. Elliott in tight. Gets it through, and Ariana Kassengall knocks it down for the kill. Boy, really tight set from Elliott. Great finish in close quarters for Ariana Kassengall. That's Kassengall's 4th kill today. 41st of the year for Kassengall. Eileen Shee at the service line. Puts this one in. Bakhtiari has to give and chase. But look at that, out of nowhere. Sarah Quatinetz puts it down. Wow, that looked like a disastrous point for WPI, but Quatinetz off her back foot found a gap in the back line. 16-12, Beacons trail by 4. Into the middle, Shepievska is blocked. She trying to drop it in. Bakhtiara read it at the net. Set up for Shepievska. And again, it's kept alive. From the back, Hunt redirected off the net. Back set, Maslak contorting. It's dug out by Hunt. Boy, what a rally here. Maslak again. Bakhtiari back set, Casey Hunt. Shianko's there. Oh, missed pass. Beacons keep it alive. Bakhtiari to the back. Quatinetz off the block. Who wants it? Maslak. She's got the swing, and Bakhtiari digs it. Longest point of this match. Shianko keeps it alive. She free ball over. Bakhtiari in tight off the block. Chianko digs it. Here's Chepievska out wide. Oh, that's a big momentum point for WPI at the end of a wild rally. Engineers go back up 5, and UMass Boston will take time. Mike Houlihan uses his final timeout of this second set. Beacons have some work to do, trailing 17-12 on the Beacon Broadcast Network.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to, engage in the other interests in their campus and in their lives outside of that sport.
It allows you to just be able to do everything you want to do. I wouldn't change it for the world.
At the Clark Athletic Center in Boston, UMass Boston won the opening set against WPI 25-20, but the Beacons trail in set 2, 17-12. Just lost a marathon point, a rally that lasted maybe 45 seconds to 60 seconds, ball going back and forth, ping-ponging across. WPI's knocked it down to reclaim a 5-point lead. They've led by as much as 6 in the second half, and after an early start, Beacons' closest they've been over the last maybe 15 points is 3. Bill Spaulding with you here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Pleasure to be with you. Matchup of two teams at 4-6 on the season, but UMass Boston's won 4 straight, trying to keep the good times rolling as the Little East Conference favorites with a conference matchup against Western Connecticut State coming up in Danbury Saturday. Out of the timeout, Kassengall blocked to the net by Klepper. On the outside, big swing from Daigle, and down it goes. Melissa Daigle picks up the kill. That's her first of the day. It's back to a 6-point lead for the Engineers. UMass Boston going to need to dig deep to try to find something. Casey Hunt at the service line. She did all the damage early, a 5-point run with her serving. And Beacons go into the net. Oh, 7-point lead for the Engineers. Hunt's been the difference maker. Her serves have given the Beacons fits so far today. And there's a service error, so that bails the Beacons out. Back to a 6-point lead for WPI. WPI needs 6 to win this second set. Beacons need to rattle off 12 of the next 17 points if they're going to come back in this one. Set to the center. Big swing. Doyle got it. Sarah Doyle with the nice swinging kill. Beacons back within 5. Got to win at least a couple points on your serve each time here if you want to claw back into this one. Chianko, good serve, and that'll help. 19-15, Beacons within 4. Remember, they were down 19-12, so 3 straight. Here's Michaela Chianko again with the service. Hunt plays it up. Bakhtiari back for Quatinets. That's dug out. And Beacons have a passing kerfuffle there. Couldn't get it to the right spot. Back to a 5-point lead for WPI. Victoria Nasser will serve again. 13 aces this season. She returns this one. Elliott back setting. Maslak. Nasser read it well, but Bakhtiari can't save it. Beacons within 4 again. That was a big side out for UMass Boston. Now once more looking for a run on service. They've had a couple today with Rachel Maslak serving. Bakhtiari back setting. Swing off the net and down. Amanda Wetmore earns the kill. She's over 100 for the season as well. So WPI leads by 5. They need just 4 more points to close out this set and even up the match at 1-1. That's a great service from Kazauka. And a passing infraction goes against Elliott. 3rd ball handling error of the set on the Beacons. So error is still a sign of struggles for UMass Boston. Yeah, pretty crucially get a side out here. And they'll be aided by a service error. Beacons down 5, 22-17. And in need of some type of run, bring in a serving specialist in Carson Kaminsk. Carson Kaminsk to serve for the Beacons. Freshman from Westerville, Ohio. Drops in a float serve, doing her job early. That was a good one. Scramble from WPI, got it over, and now a free ball. Bakhtiari going backwards on the slide through the block. Amanda Wetmore notches another kill on the belt. 23-17. Engineers just a couple points away from knotting this match up at a set apiece. This is Kelly Rathjay, the senior for the Engineers, serving. 9 aces this season for Rathjay. Beacons return this one. Laura Roman Castro. Good swing to the back corner. Free ball. Maslak puts it up. Doyle down off the block, somehow kept alive by Rathjay. Free ball to WPI. Bakhtiari dumping on 2. She's got it. But she's called for the lift. So the point goes UMass Boston's way. Boy, Greg Poole can't believe it. Neither can Bakhtiari as she was mid-celebration. A lift on Bakhtiari. It's a 5-point lead for WPI. See if Sarah Doyle can lead the Beacons back from the service line. Set to the outside. Hunt, free swing. And the Beacons are in the net. Laura Roman Castro a little too close to the twine. It's set point for WPI. Engineers have 6 to work with here. Beacons would need to rattle off 6 consecutive points to extend this set. Colleen Mullins, good service. They'll need just 1. That does it for the second set. We're all square at 1 apiece. Beacons took the first 25-20. The second goes 25-18 to WPI. 1 set all as we head to a crucial third set on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
Back at the Clark Athletic Center, Bill Spalding and our entire Beacons Broadcast Network crew. Glad to be with you here on this Thursday night non-conference matchup between WPI and UMass Boston. Beacon coach Mike Houlihan said this WPI team, really strong opponent. It was going to be a tough one today, and we've seen that. Beacons took the first set 25-20, but the answer from WPI, they win the second set 25-18 to even things up at 1 set apiece. So let's look at the highlights from that second set. Elliott out wide, she blocked! Right off the block, Chianko digs it. Here's Chepievska out wide. Serve each time here if you want to claw back into this one. Chianko, good serve, and that'll help. Knight. Bakhtiari going backwards on the slide through the block. Amanda Wetmore notches. Colleen Mullins, good service. They'll need just 1. So a good 25-18 win in set 2 for WPI to knot things up at 1 set apiece. Let's take a look around Beaconville, see what's going on in other UMass Boston sports. Women's tennis will play Worcester State Saturday. Women's soccer will play Plymouth State on the road as men's soccer will host Plymouth State Saturday in big Little East Conference matchups. Numbers after the second set. Hitting percentage has gone way down for UMass Boston. Remember, they were hitting 394 after the first set. Well, the Beacons hit negative 081 in the second set, just 6 kills against 9 errors. So overall, the Beacons are hitting just 143. WPI hitting 154, so neither side lighting it up there. Errors have been the real Achilles heel for the Beacons today. They have 15 attack errors, 5 service errors, 2 receiving errors, and a couple of service errors, 5 service errors to go along with a number of ball handling errors as well. So 3 ball handling errors along with 2 receiving errors, 5 service errors, and 15 attack errors. That's 25 total errors on the Beacons. WPI has scored a total of 45 points, so 25 of the 45 engineer points have come off Beacon errors. You can look at that 2 ways if you're Mike Houlihan. Way 1, well, you want to clean up those errors, but if you want to look at it on the positive side, if you do clean up those errors, you've had a lot of success keeping WPI from hammering down kills. So if the errors get cleaned up, things look good for UMass Boston, but that's an if at this point as we head to the third set. Beacons in black, WPI in red. We've played 2 sets. It's 1 set all. WPI will open up this set with Victoria Nasser serving. And she floats that on the line for an ace. Perfect service from Nasser. Her 14th ace this season, good for 2nd on the Engineers. Nasser on a line drive this time. She all the way over. Out wide, it's blocked. Maslak got her hand on it. Hunt throws it over. Maslak to set. Kassengall to finish. Ariana Kassengall has another kill. That's her 3rd of this match.
Kind of missed that one low, too.
1-1, Michaela Chianco to serve. It's a good serve from Chianco, and down it goes. Beacons jump on top 2-1. Now for UMass Boston, leading killer is Amelia Shepievska. She has 5, as does Sarah Doyle. 4 for Eileen Shee and Rachel Maslak, though she has just 4 kills against 5 errors. She's hitting .059, negative .059. Out wide, pushed over. Comes out to Casey Hunt. She's blocked. Oh, look at Bakhtiari saving that one. To the middle, Doyle, boom! Tough finish from Sarah Doyle for her 6th kill. She's hitting 500 already today. 2nd best hitting percentage on the team behind Laura Roman Castro. Quatnet's the best hitter so far today for WPI. 7 kills on 12 attacks. She's hitting 583. Rachel Maslak's picked up by Nasser. Just dropped over the wall. Out wide, Maslak again, angles it off the block. Somehow kept alive by Kozauka. Out back, and there's a kill. Big swing from Amelia Shepievska. Beacons have scored 4 in a row to lead 4-1. Now UMass Boston doing in set 2 what WPI did early to the Beacons, building that 3-point lead in the blink of an eye to get way ahead and then see if they can just nurse it the rest of the way. Casey Hunt blocked down. Doyle combines with Shepievska for another Beacon block. It's the 5th block today for UMass Boston. Rare stop on Hunt, who has 8 kills today. Out back on the slide. Klepper blocked. Beacons rattle off another one. It's Rachel Maslak this time. 6-1 UMass Boston. Timeout WPI. That's how you start a set if you're UMass Boston and Coach Mike Houlihan. Beacons jump ahead by 5. They've scored 6 in a row, and you're watching on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come here are serious about learning, they value their education, and understand where it'll take them in the future. This is what UMass Boston means to me.
At the Clark Athletic Center, Bill Spalding with you. First meeting in 21 years between WPI and UMass Boston. Pretty crazy when you think about that. Two schools separated by only about an hour. Beacons are looking for their first win since Ronald Reagan was president. Beacons last beat WPI in 1983. WPI has won the last 13 meetings between these schools, 14-2 all time. Mentioned at the start of the broadcast, most of these players weren't even alive when these teams last met. And the Berlin Wall was still up when the Beacons last won against WPI. 6-1 lead, though, for UMass Boston in this third set, that ever-crucial third set, with the match tied at 1 set apiece. Beacons took the first 25-20. Second set went the Engineers' way, 25-18, so neither set's really been all that close yet. 6 points in a row for the Beacons, 5 with Michaela Chianco at the serve line. Chianco floats this one. Tough return. Bakhtiari wide for Hunt. Has to go finesse. Out wide, Maslak. Big swing. Through the block and down it goes. Rachel Maslak hammered that one. Blew it right past Kazalko with the heater. It's Maslak's 5th kill today. And her 78th this year. 7 in a row for the Beacons. Beacons dig it out with Maslak. Bakhtiara back set on the slide. Klepper through Chianco and down. Brooke Klepper picks up the kill. It's Klepper's 2nd today. 53rd of the season for the senior from Miami Beach. Ends a 7-0 run. It's now 7-2 Beacons. Bakhtiari serving. Comes wide, Maslak, picked up by Quatinets. Hunt, Chianco the dig. Out for Maslak, tight set. She plays it into the net. 7-3 Beacons. Another servers for Azita Bakhtiari. She the return. Out back, Maslak, big swing, Bakhtiari the dig. In toward the net, Hunt swatted away. Quatinets blocked. Here's Hunt again. She's stuffed, and down it goes. Doyle and Chepievska combining for a 3rd block this set and a 7th Beacon block overall, 8-3. And UMass Boston winning this set at the net right now. Service from Maslak. And a net violation on the Beacons goes against Laura Roman Castro. Point back to WPI. 8-4 Beacons lead here in this third set. UMass Boston will go back to conference play Saturday, as will WPI. WPI will play Wellesley. Beacons will play WestCon. Overpass and some miscommunication. That benefits the Beacons. Somehow that ball found the ground. 9-4. Oh, that should have been sitting on a tee for someone from WPI, and nobody went for it. Float serve from Chepievska. And another block! The block solo for Doyle. 4th block this set. 8th block overall today. Beacons lead by 6 for a 2nd time this set, 10-4. Short on the serve from Chepievska. Another Beacon service error, the 6th today. So 10-5 UMass Boston. Service to Victoria Nasser. Chianco has this one. And into the net, or out of rotation, excuse me, goes WPI. So caught out of rotation by our 2nd referee, Ted Tracy. Beacons go ahead 11-5. Ted Tracy, our 2nd referee. Carol Burke is the lead referee today. Engineers seem very confused, looking over toward their coach Greg Poole and trying to figure out why they were whistled out of rotation. Now Beacons lead by 6, 11-5. Bakhtiari to the outside, off the block goes the swing of Daigle. Shih, free swing, down it goes. Ends more than a set drought for Eileen Shih, her 5th kill today. Largest lead of the set for UMass Boston, up by 7. Sarah Doyle serves. Bakhtiari sets up Daigle. Doyle digs. Back pass, Roman Castro. Quatinetz off the block and down. Sarah Quatinetz, the big game. Freshman has her 8th kill already. Had 69 over the first 10, so averaged about 7 kills a match, already up to 8. 6-point lead for the Beacons. Anna Kozałka's service picked up by Kaczewski. And Beacons again finesse it over. Another one of those you're not sure how it falls, but Eileen Shih will get credit for the kill. UMass Boston up 7. Elliott re-enters for Roman Castro, and she'll go to serve. Beacons by 7. Christina Elliott. It's picked up by Hunt. Out wide, off the block goes Wetmore. Into the block and down. Kassengall was in good positioning, but the flat-footed swing from Daigle nets a point for the Engineers, 13-7. There's Kelly Rathje at the service line. Nearly an overpass, picked up well by Elliott. Beacon block, keeps the ball alive. Back set for Chepievsky. And that's played off the top. Bad luck for Nasser, the libero. Give a point to the Beacons. Back to a 7-point lead, 14-7. Eileen Shih will serve. Been hit or miss today as an ace, but also a couple of service errors. And here's a 3rd service error for Shih. 14-8, Beacons lead back to 6. They've kept WPI at arm's reach so far in this 3rd set, but all it takes is 1 run for the Engineers to change the outlook of this set. Had some success with Nasser serving today. Good block up front by Bakhtiari. Now Chepievsky's had it dug out. Maslak, another dig. Joust at the net. Bakhtiari wins this 50-50 ball, and the point goes the way of WPI. 2nd kill for the setter, Azita Bakhtiari. Shih, good return to the center. Maslak hammers one down. A little combination between Elliott and Maslak leads to a quick point for the Beacons. 15-9, UMass Boston leads here in the 3rd set in a match that's tied 1 set apiece. Chianco on the short serve. Out wide, Casey Hunt, picked up by the libero Chianco. Chepievska is into the net. Tight set that time, led her straight into the netting. Back to a 5-point Beacon lead. Bakhtiari had a good run of service back in the 2nd set. She'll look for that again here in set 3. Out wide, Chepievska hammers it down. Boy, there was some steam behind that one for Amelia Chepievska. Give her her 7th kill of this match as the Beacons lead 16-10. Now Maslak will serve. Quatinet's off the block. Maslak sets the middle. Doyle, oh, diving save. Nasser, Doyle slams it back down. Great effort from Nasser, but she just laid it up there in the middle for Doyle. It's another kill for Sarah Doyle, her 7th today. Beacons reclaim that 7-point lead. Quatinet's over the block, but out of bounds. Untouched. Largest lead for the Beacons this set at 18-10. Strong response so far after that second set for UMass Boston, really cleaning things up. Maslak, safe serve. In the center, rise for Klepper, and down it goes. Brooke Klepper picks up the kill, her 3rd today. Engineers trying to hang around, down 18-11. Tough service. Shepievska couldn't get it up. Boy, Casey Hunt at that service line has been devastating. Not going to get a lot of aces in terms of the stats today, but Beacons have had real trouble returning her service. Went on a 7-point run last set with her at the service line. Shepievska picks this one up. Laura Roman Castro goes finesse. To the outside swing. Daigle off the block and down. Just a 5-point Beacon lead now, and you got to be careful getting Hunt off the service line here. Here comes Hunt again. That service is long. Well called by Chianco and well read by Shi. Beacons get Hunt off the line, and they lead by 6. Shepievska will head out, and she'll be replaced by Sydney Birch. Sophomore from Boca Raton who came in to serve in the first set. That's down through the block. Another kill for Klepper. WPI hanging around. Back to a 5-point Beacon lead, 19-14 in the 3rd set. UMass Boston and WPI all knotted up. One set apiece in this match. First time these teams have met in 21 years. Maslak passes across for Shi into the net. That set took her a little bit too close to the midline. Back to a 4-point lead for UMass Boston. Once up by 8. 5 of the last 6 points have gone the way of the Engineers. Service from Colleen Mullins. Here's Shi, better set and better finish. 6th kill for Eileen Shi. Beacons back up 5, 20-15. When you give Eileen Shi a good clean swing, she's more often than not going to put it down. She's had some tight sets today. Here's Carson Kaminsk. Back set. Off the block, Quatinet's picks up her 10th kill already. Boy, Sarah Quatinet's has been a tough pill for the Beacons to swallow so far today. Having a hard time figuring her out. So just a 4-point lead for UMass Boston, once up by 8. And the Beacons are out of rotation, so they're just going to give a point away to WPI. It's 20-17. So just a 3-point lead for the Beacons. WPI trying to come all the way back. Serve from Kazauka. Maslak up for Shi. Through the block, kept alive. Good dig by Daigle. Maslak again to the backside. Roman Castro decisive down the line. Laura Roman Castro earns her 5th kill already today. Came in averaging 2 kills a match. 21-17, Beacons by 4. UMass Boston service from Shepievska. And all kinds of trouble for WPI. Beg your pardon, that was Elliott on the serve. A good one. Engineers couldn't do anything with it. 2 in a row for the Beacons. They're back up 22-17. Looking to finish off this third set, go ahead 2-1. Elliott on the float. Bakhtiari back set, off the block, and then the antenna. Point will go the way of WPI. Give the kill to Daigle. Played that hard on a line off Kassenkal and Maslak. Maslak flat-footed. On the backside, swing for Wetmore kept alive. Another backslide, and this one's hammered down. Beacons were in the net anyway. Great set to Wetmore. 2 in a row again for WPI. They're back within 3. Beacons are not through this one yet. Still plenty of meat on the bone here in this third set. And UMass Boston will take time. Well, they had an 8-point lead. It's now just a 3-point lead as WPI has crawled back. We'll take a break. Come back with us for the conclusion of this third set on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity. There's a lot of people. Here there is a lot of international students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters.
We're sisters.
I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, so it's so much better to have like an advisor helping you out, like telling you which classes to choose.
Back at the Clark Athletic Center, the campus of UMass Boston, just off the Atlantic Ocean, the Massachusetts Bay. 22-19, UMass Boston leads WPI in this third set, but it has been a back and forth third set. Beacons at one point an 8-point lead. WPI has crawled all the way to within 3. This match tied at 1 set apiece, so this is a big moment in this match. Winner will be 1 set away from taking things home with them for a win. Serve from Kelly Rathjay, a good one. And miscommunication, Shianko will earn the kill. It's the first kill this year for the libero as nobody picked it up on the back line for WPI. Beacons within 2 points of putting this one away, leading 23-19. Down it goes. Ooh, that was a great setup and a big finish for the right side, Amanda Wetmore. Hammered it down. Back to a 3-point lead for UMass Boston. Victoria Nasser on the serve. Picked up by Alex Gibbs. And the Beacons finish with Kassenkal. So the good return from Gibbs got it going. Gets to Kassenkal in the middle. Set point UMass Boston leading 24-20. Michaela Chianco to serve. She had a great run early. 7 straight points with her at the service line at the start of this third set. Chianco short here. Service error. It's 24-21. Here comes Azita Bakhtiari trying to extend this set for WPI as the Beacons look to go ahead 2-1. Bakhtiari. It's picked up by Gibbs. All the way across. What a dig by Nasser, but the ball goes wide. Big swing from Chepievska, and that finishes off the third set. Another kill for Chepievska, her 8th. Beacons take the set 25-21 and lead 2-1, heading to the 4th in the Beacons Broadcast Network.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact, not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like the place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
Back at the Clark Athletic Center, away we go in the fourth set. Beacons 2, WPI 1 as the Beacons took the third set 25-21. Let's check the highlights from that third set. Open up this set with Victoria Nasser serving. And she floats that on the line for an float serve from Shepievska. And another block, the block solo. Maslak again to the backside. Roman Castro decisive to 1. Bakhtiari. It's picked up by Gibbs. All the way across. What a dig by Nasser, but the ball goes wide. Back at the Clark Athletic Center, UMass Boston up 2-1, looking to put things away against WPI. Bill Spalding, glad to be with you here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. So look at those numbers after set 3. Beacons hit 375 in the third set. It's been a little up and down for UMass Boston. First set they hit 394. Second set negative 081. Third set 375 overall, hitting 216 for the match. Led by 9 kills from Amelia Shepievska. Shepievska, 9 kills on 24 attacks with 5 errors. She's hitting 167. 6 kills for Rachel Maslak, 7 for Eileen Shee, 7 as well for Sarah Doyle, who's hitting 500. And Laura Roman Castro and Ariana Kasengal each have 5 kills. Rachel Maslak, 6 kills, also 17 assists. And she has dug out 17 digs to lead the way for Michaela Chianco. On the WPI side, they're hitting at 167, led by 9 kills from Casey Hunt, but on 41 swings, she's hitting 146. Also 9 kills for Sarah Quatnetz on 18 swings with 2 errors. She's hitting 389. 4 kills for Brooke Klepper, 3 for Melissa Daigle, only 1 for Azita Bakhtiari, also 4 kills for Amanda Wetmore. Beacons cleaned up the errors in that third set after 6 errors in the first and 9 in the second, only 3 errors in the third set. Now they lead 2-1 in advance of a conference game 2 days from now, Saturday in Danbury against Western Connecticut State. You know they'd like to get out of here in 4 sets and not have to put the extra work on the legs in a decisive 5th set. Beacons in black, they'll serve to open up this set. So far, whichever team has served first has gone on to lose the set so far today. Christina Elliott and the Beacons looking to change that. Out wide, first touch over for Daigle. In tight, it's stuffed. Gave the block to Amanda Wetmore. That's just the second block today for WPI. Beacons, meanwhile, have 8 blocks. 4 in that third set for UMass Boston. Kazauka serves. Good one. She from the back drops it in. A nice one. And Chianco picks this up, but the Beacons are in the net. 2-0 WPI here in the fourth set. A must-win set for the Engineers, trailing 2-1. Each of the first 3 sets, somebody's gotten out to a big lead early, and they've gone on to win the set. Blast from Maslak, dug out by Nasser. She over from the back. Bakhtiari back set to a sliding Wetmore. It's picked up by Chianco. Shepievska just over free. Is hanging up there. Maslak a swing. Diving effort to keep it alive for Kazauka. Shepievska goes short. Nasser's there. Elliott sets the center. Kasengal undercut it. 3-0 WPI. They've won the 2 longest scrambles of the day. Good service from Kazauka. Maslak into the net. It's 4-0 WPI. Just the start the Engineers needed. Down 2-1. Beacon's looking for a side out. Good service. Shepievska can only send it over here. From the back, Hunt, big swing, and she overcooked it. Casey Hunt long on the error, 4-1. Beacon's finally on the board in this fourth set. So send Amelia Shepievska back to the serving line. Floats it short. Play it off to Daigle, blocked. Back the other way, Wetmore puts it down. Off the back set from Bakhtiari. 5-1 Engineers. Big start for WPI in this fourth set as they trail 2-1. Beacons took the first 25-20. WPI the second 25-18. Beacons the third 25-21. She hammers it. Nasser the dig. Second effort. Down it goes for Maslak. Rachel Maslak having a really well-rounded game. That's her 7th kill to go along with 7 digs and 17 assists. Shianko's had a nice day at the service line. Coming out for Hunt. Boom! Casey Hunt, kill number 10. Her 109th kill this season. Top target for WPI. (6-2) Engineers. Colleen Mullins on to serve. Line drive serve. Shepievska gets it up. She hammers it down. Eileen She starting to heat up. That's her 8th kill. Beacons could use her really catching fire. Had a good first set. Struggled in the second. Now here in the fourth, hammers one down. Great serve! An ace for Maslak as it caught the top of the net and tumbled over. Beacons back within 2 at 6-4. Sometimes it helps to be a little bit lucky. And miscommunication that time. Ball drops down. 6-5. Beacons have rattled off 4 in a row. Maslak ready to serve again. Bakhtiari skips one across, blocked to the net. Comes wide to Hunt again, going finesse. She picks it up. Maslak sets. Laura Roman Castro couldn't keep it alive. Hunt off the block. Maslak across for She, and that's a ball handling error. Double contact on Rachel Maslak, 7-5 WPI. Here comes Zita Bakhtiari to serve it again. Just like Rachel Maslak, Bakhtiari does not leave the court. Though she'll set from every position. Maslak sometimes becomes a hitter. Doyle had that roll right off her hands. An ace for Bakhtiari. It's 8-5. Much needed 2-point run for the Engineers after the Beacons had closed within 1. Bakhtiari knuckles this one across. Maslak back for She, blocked and down. Give Brooke Klepper the block. She had 34 coming in to lead WPI. 3 in a row for the Engineers. Maslak sets the middle. Doyle down for the kill. 8th kill for Sarah Doyle. Beacons back within 2. Now it's Eileen She to serve. In the center, hammered down, Brooke Klepper. 10-6. WPI leads by 4 in this fourth set. Engineers must win to extend this match to an all-decisive 5th set. Shepievska up to the back. Roman Castro hammers it through the block. Laura Roman Castro has been the revelation of the day for the Beacons. 6 kills now. Had 20 coming in. And that's a perfect service. An ace out back, Sarah Doyle. Beacons back within 2. Here comes Doyle again. Targeting Nasser. Bakhtiari back for Quatnet. She's blocked and down it goes. Kassengal combines with Shepievska. Beacons have scored 3 in a row to close within 1. Beacons looking to tie for the first time since it was 0-0 in this set. Out wide, Daigle. And Beacons will not tie it up here. Daigle's kill makes it 11-9 WPI. She in the middle. Shepievska hammers one home. Amelia Shepievska, the first Beacon in double digits. She now has 11 kills. And UMass Boston again has a chance to tie. Roman Castro checks out. Carson Kaminsk in to serve here. It's a good one. Bakhtiari sets the middle. Wetmore picked up. Maslak off the back line. Nasser chasing, keeps it alive, and Hunt plays it over. Maslak, another effort. This time she finishes. We're all square at 11. Oh, and now they'll call the Beacons for a violation. So Beacons called for an infraction. It's 12-10 instead of 11 all. WPI up 2. Here comes Anna Kozauka. Second referee, Ted Tracy, over checking in with the bookkeeper on the rotation. Up for Shepievska. On the flip side, Shepievska rises to block Daigle. Daigle gets another swing. Shianko picks it up. Skip out Maslak off the block. Bakhtiari backsetting on the slide. Wetmore, it's a double contact and a ball handling error on Bakhtiari, a very rare ball handling error on the junior setter. Amelia Shepievska to serve. Beacons down a point, still looking to tie for the first time this set. Shianko can't keep that alive. Give the kill to Daigle. 13-11 WPI by 2. Haven't really had a set come down to the wire yet. Beacons have won sets by 5 and 4, and in that set they won by 4. They had an 8-point lead. WPI won its set, the second set, by 7. Beacons lead 2-1 as Maslak plays this over. In tight, just pushed over the net by Hunt. Here's Eileen Shee, hammering it down. 9th kill for Eileen Shee. Once again, the Beacons have gotten within 1. Now can they get to the top of that plateau? Shianko. Good serve to a backpedaling Nasser. Set to the middle, and it's put away. Amanda Wetmore earns another kill. 14-12. WPI has been really good at siding out. We've traded side outs here for the last 6 points. 3 side outs each way consecutively. At this point, if you just side out every time for WPI, you win the set. It helps when you get an ace as well. Colleen Mullins off the top of the netting and down. 15-12, Worcester Polytechnic Institute. And the Beacons will take time. UMass Boston down by 3. Coach Mike Houlihan wants to talk things over. You're watching on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Back at the Clark Athletic Center, we play set 4, 15-12 WPI. Engineers trail the Beacons 2-1 as UMass Boston's won the first and the third set. But WPI is going to try and force a 5th set here. Beacons coach Mike Houlihan took time out after WPI's rattled off 2 consecutive points. Beacons have gotten to within 1 at 3 different occasions here in this 4th set, but they haven't been able to come back and actually tie things up. Early in this set, remember that WPI jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Colleen Mullins on to serve, 5'9" sophomore from Andover. Here's Eileen Shee. Set up Casey Hunt off the block and out. Was it touch? No. So the point will go the Beacons' way as that did not clip the Beacon block. UMass Boston down just 2. Rachel Maslak to serve. Bakhtiari sets it up. This is played off the block. From the back, Beacons will keep it alive. Maslak pushes for Shee, and she deflects it off WPI for another Beacon point. 10th kill for Eileen Shee, 2nd Beacon in double figures. Once more, UMass Boston is within 1. Can the Beacons finally tie things up? Block keeps it alive. Maslak the set. Shee once more. She's got it again. Dropping it in on the line. It's 15-all. Now it's a race to 10. Tied at 15, first one to score 10 more, wins this set, and if the Beacons can do it, they'll win the match. Good service from the back for Shepievsky. Return error against Hunt, and the Beacons have their first lead of this set, 16-15. 4 in a row for UMass Boston out of the Beacon timeout. Means that Coach Greg Poole is going to take a timeout for WPI, and we'll step aside with him. 16-15 Beacons in the 4th set here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
In the 4th set, UMass Boston, once down 4 in this set, come all the way back to take a 16-15 lead. Beacons lead the match 2-1. Bill Spalding, glad to be with you. Up next for the Beaks, they'll head on the road to Danbury, Connecticut, take on Western Connecticut State in a Little East matchup on Saturday. That match slated at WestCon for 1 p.m. Wellesley will travel to WPI for the Engineers' next matchup. That's a 1 p.m. start as well on Saturday. Beacon starting a 5-game road trip, including games against Tufts, Endicott, the Coast Guard Academy, and Babson. Next home match not until October 3rd for the Beacons, back in Little East play against UMass Dartmouth. Beacons looking to add a 5th consecutive point. Hunt for WPI, plays it into the net. It's a 5-0 Beacon run. UMass Boston has a 2-point lead. 17-15. And as has happened a number of times today, this run has come with Rachel Maslak on the service line. And another serve from Maslak, mishandled. Beacons have scored 6 in a row. It's 18-15. Now UMass Boston 7 points from possibly putting this match away. Maslak floats it. Bakhtiari working it to Hunt. And the Beacons were too tight into the net. That ends the Beacon 6-point run. 18-16, Beacons by 2. Trying to put things away in 4 sets. Would be a 5th consecutive win for UMass Boston and a 3rd straight by a 3-1 margin if they can hang on. Maslak to the middle. Doyle places off the block. Dig from Nasser. Quatinet's rejected. Sarah Doyle earns another block. It's the Beacons' 9th block today. Doyle personally 2 block solos, 2 block assists before that one. Likely another block solo to put the Beacons ahead by 3. She comes out and in to serve is Sydney Birch. Birch drops a floater. Bringing it back. Big swing from Hunt. Dug out by Chianco. Bouncing off the rafters. The Beacons keep it alive. Oh, there was Shepievska, trying to push it into the corner, and she overhit it. Amelia Shepievska has had a good day today for the Beacons. 11 kills already. Beacons looking to side out and go up 20-17. Serve from Hunt for WPI. Maslak for Shepievska. Bakhtiari sets it back. Quatinet's went finesse and Maslak read it. Up for Gibbs and down it goes. First kill today for Alex Gibbs, her 13th this season as she cut that down the sideline. 20-17, UMass Boston. Big time for Gibbs to pop up. Doyle at the service line. Line drive serve. Bakhtiari having to run and chase. From the back, Daigle. Beacon scrambling and nothing doing. Be a kill for Melissa Daigle, her 5th today, 20-18. Beacon's lead once again is 2. Trying to side out and stay ahead by at least a somewhat comfortable margin as they look to finish this match in 4. WPI needs a run coming pretty soon here to extend this match to a 5th set. Nasser. Gibbs returns it well. Gibbs playing finesse, drops it in. Another kill for Alex Gibbs. Her first 2 of this match come to give the Beacons points number 20 and 21 of the 4th set. Good run of play for Alex Gibbs. She'll come out and turn it over to Carson Kamensk. That's cut in. Good swing by Daigle. Joust at the net. Daigle again. Chianco's there for the dig. Put up to the back. Shepievska put it down. Amelia Shepievska has another kill. It is her 12th today. Boy, Amelia Shepievska has been phenomenal for the Beacons. Beacons 3 points away from finishing this one off. To the middle, Kassengal picked up by Bakhtiara. Maslak, what a dig. Casey Hunt, wow. Hunt from the back. Beacons keep it alive. Maslak again through the block, and Nasser has it. Daigle. Beacons got a piece off the rafters. Here's Maslak flat-footed. To the center, Wetmore. Shepievska just free balls one over. Too tight on the overpass from Quatinet's. Beacons scramble to play D and end up winning the point. 23-18. Timeout WPI. Beacons 2 points away from finishing things off. WPI has some work to do. Come back with us on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris. The subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. That's one of those moments you never forget.
At the Clark Athletic Center, UMass Boston leads the match 2-1, leads this fourth set 23-18, trying to finish the job, move to 5-6 with a fifth straight win, and head back into conference play at Western Connecticut State this weekend. Beacons 1-0 in the Little East, as is WestCon. Beacons were the preseason #1 pick. WestCon picked 4th in the preseason poll. Carson Kamensk, the server here for the Beacons. That's a great looking serve from Kamensk. Hunt cuts it down from the back line perfectly. And the Beacons too close into the net. Looked like Kamensk may have got caught going over. 23-19, Beacons by 4. Now UMass Boston looking for the side out. Bring back in Elliott here. Service from Kazoka. Shepievsky returns it. Maslak gets it over. Set from Bakhtiari on the slide. Wetmore hammers one down. 2 in a row for WPI as the Engineers aren't going down quietly. Beacon still 2 points away from winning this match, but WPI battling out of the timeout. Kazauka, great service. Free ball for WPI. Bakhtiari backsets Wetmore. Finesse goes wide. Did not touch a Beacon. Match point UMass Boston, 24-20. Beacons have 4 match points if they need them, and UMass Boston will take time out here. Mike Houlihan wants to talk things over with his squad, make sure they finish things off. 24-20 Beacons. Been a good day for UMass Boston. Had to battle that second set, a bit of a toe stub, but other than that, 25-20 win in set 1, 25-21 win in set 3, and up 24-20 here in set 4. Yeah, I mentioned big upcoming schedule for the Beacons at Western Connecticut State and then at Tufts, the team that bounced them from the NCAA tournament last year. Then they're at Endicott. And then on the same day, a week from Saturday, they play both the Coast Guard Academy and Babson at Babson before returning home for a 3-game homestand. They'll play UMass Dartmouth, Wellesley, and Plymouth State in their 3 home game stretch in mid-October. Then more games on the road before they'll finally play Keene State here October 18th, their home finale in conference. After that, they'll have 5 more games before the season ends, including the Skidmore College Invitational in late October. Little East Conference Tournament is slated for October 31st, Halloween, and then November 2nd and November 4th. Match point for the Beacons. Amelia Shepievska trying to serve it out for the Beacons. Shepievska's service goes finesse. Nasser couldn't keep it alive, and the Beacons win it. 25-20, 18-25, 25-21, and 25-20. A 3-1 win for UMass Boston. They get their first win over WPI since 1983 and the first meeting between these two teams in 21 seasons. That's 5 in a row for the Beacons. They move to 5-6 on the season. WPI falls to 4-7. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Beacons coach Mike Houlihan, and then we'll wrap things up on the postgame show. That's all coming up here on the Beacons Broadcast Network.
2-2 pitch, swung on and missed.
Kyle Strowski from Agawam, Massachusetts. I'm a senior here at UMass Boston. I'm a marketing major.
Probably have to say my favorite moment was my no-hitter my freshman year. Being a freshman, especially just making a statement right away. Seeing the reactions on the seniors' faces, it was something that was a lot of fun to be a part of. If you want to play and you want to compete for championship every year, definitely UMass Boston is a good place to come look at.
And now, this one's launched, right center field. That's going to win the game for the Beacons. It is down.
LEC is probably best division in college D3 baseball in the country. Play against the top competition every year. I think we have a top 10 schedule in the country this year. So we're young, but we also mix in with a good group of junior college transfers. Being on the baseball team here at UMass is a good experience, great experience. Only about 2% of people can play college baseball, and one that I'll take for me for the rest of my life.
Kyle Fields fires the first great scoop from Jason Cholin.
My name is Kirsten Morrison, aka Keek. I'm a senior here at UMass. I'm in the Exercise Health Sciences program, and I play volleyball, basketball, and softball. You know, I came here for volleyball, and I chose to...
Back with Beacon coach Mike Houlihan after a 3-1 win. Congratulations. What'd you learn about your team tonight?
We're a team that's up and down all the road, and we've been fighting it all year. When we're up, we're just very good. When we're down, though, we're having a lot of trouble with serve receive, and we can't get the ball where we need to be. I think it was an overall good match after that, too. It was good to see them fight for that point at the end of the match right there. But I think we learned a lot today, and we got to take it and move on when we go back into conference.
You got some big contributions from role players. Laura Roman Castro had a really good game, and then Alex Gibbs comes in the fourth set and wins a couple of big points as you were looking to put it away. What does that speak to in terms of team culture when you have players who can come in and make a big play?
I don't worry about anybody on my bench. I know they're all ready to go. They're ready to play. We have Carson coming off the bench and getting some great serves in at some crucial time. And I told her midway through that set that she was going to come in a big point. Alex is a senior. She's been doing this for a long time. I have no worries with her coming off the bench. Laura played a terrific game. Alex had a good matchup in terms of her passing, so we pulled Laura for a little bit. But like I said, I think we have a great bench that's ready to contribute whenever I need them to.
And you dive right back into it in less than 48 hours, back to conference play down to Danbury and Western Connecticut State. What are you expecting in that one?
I expect a battle. I mean, the conference is all we really play for. I mean, if we don't win conference, it really means nothing the whole year. And I think this is a good way to get ready for it. They got a battle. They got some confidence. Now we got to take that and bring it into WestCon.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
That's Coach Mike Houlihan. Now let's take a look at the highlights from the Beacons' 3-1 win. 21. She hammers it. Nasser the dig. Second effort. Down it goes for Maslak. Maslak, another effort. This time she finishes. We're all square at 11. Shepievska's service goes finesse. Nasser couldn't keep it alive, and the Beacons win it.
Hi, my name's Carl Joseph. I'm currently a criminal justice major. I'm a senior. I am from Brockton, Massachusetts. In basketball, I play small forward / power forward, and in track, I'm a high jumper. Basketball has always been my first love. The favorite part was probably our win over MIT. Like that was tremendous. I almost came to tears just from where the program has come from where I first came here to where we are now. It's just amazing, and I love it. Honestly, I was recruited for basketball. My high school coach actually emailed the track coach here, and she walked into the gym one day and it was just like, here, you, come talk to me. And I was on the track team. It really wasn't much of a choice. It was a great honor my freshman year, just being able to become an All-American, finishing fourth in my first ever national championship meet. It was quite the time of my life. My junior year, we received our LEC championship rings from our sophomore year. And coming into my freshman year at UMass, I was able to witness the volleyball team win their championship and the soccer team, and the only thing that I really wanted was a ring of my own.
Here's Joseph knifing through.
Funny thing is, I actually work here as well. I am one of the Zamboni drivers to our men's and women's hockey teams, and that's what I do for part-time. Being a student here at campus, I can honestly tell you, is quite different from anywhere else you could possibly go. Just the student body here is amazing. I mean, the teachers are amazing. All the teachers that I've had never hesitated to help me out in any way that they could have, from extra help to me going into their offices just to talk about what's going on in the classes and to keep me on track. What I want to do when I graduate, I want to go into the police force for a little bit and ultimately end up either working for the Department of Homeland Security or the Department of ICE. It's definitely possible to be a two-sport athlete here at UMass Boston. It's just going to take a little bit of hard work.
What's really unique, I think, here is that we're really encouraged to not just do research, but to do research that really improves people's lives and solves problems.
Society has really never had to deal with a problem as complex as dealing with climate change before.
Climate Ready Boston is our data-driven approach to climate change and how we can make sure the city of Boston is prepared for the next 100 years. By leveraging the expertise of UMass Boston and Paul and Ellen, we've been able to take the very best science on sea level rise and translate that into a vulnerability assessment. Really what we've relied on them for is their technical expertise and really helping us understand what the science is saying to help us understand what we need to do next, both from a policy perspective, but then also in terms of projects and financing as well.
UMass Boston actually has a long history of working on environmental problems. One of the earliest programs was working in the cleanup of Boston Harbor in the 80s, and that was actually the genesis for the eventual School for the Environment. We started this program in green chemistry, and we're the first university to offer a PhD in that. And then also the School for the Environment is now working in Nantucket and Gloucester and other places around the world.
I was giving a talk a couple of falls ago for this group it was called the CEO Summit, and I showed this map of South Boston where all the businesses are being built, and there was a gasp, a literal gasp in the audience when they saw that map, and it's like, you could tell that suddenly they realized this wasn't something that is like down the road. This is something we have to deal with now.
Some of my work has actually been cited in a Supreme Court decision. I've met with congressional committees. I've given testimony to the Massachusetts Senate as well as the U.S. Senate on this issue.
We want to make sure that we are on that leading edge of the research, and we know that UMass Boston is committed to these issues and committed to being a good partner for the city.
For the love of the game. That's what it's all about, they say. But for those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team and the schools and communities we represent.
And for the many of us blessed,
Back here at the Clark Athletic Center on the Beacons Broadcast Network, Bill Spalding with you after the win for UMass Boston, 3-1 over WPI. There are your statistics. Beacons hit 194 overall. They won the battle of the net. That's the big key. 7 blocks to 1. Also, some better service. 12 aces for the Beacons against just 7 for WPI, and that makes up for a day where neither team really hit it all that well, but the Beacons get the 3-1 lead. Let's look at the team leaders. UMass Boston got some really balanced performances. Eileen Shee and Amelia Chepievska both combined for 11 kills, so they're your 2 leaders on the Beacon side. Casey Hunt, 11 kills on the side of WPI. Good hitting from Laura Roman Castro today. 6 kills overall. She hit .545. Both Christina Elliott and Rachel Maslak had 23 assists for the Beacons. 24 digs for Michaela Chianco. And how about 4 aces for Rachel Maslak as well, who was really balanced today. 8 kills, double-digit digs, and double-digit assists. I'd like to thank our production team for their great work today. Seth Arensky, the producer, Anthony Searles, and Alex Garsoto. The directors, Alyssa Fugel, is the replay today. Our cameras were Chris Fowler, Giovanna Bonilla, and Cassie Murphy. Great public address from Whitco. And I'm Bill Spalding on the play-by-play for our entire crew, saying so long from the Beacons Broadcast Network after UMass Boston goes 3-1 over WPI. Beacons are winners again. They head out on the road for conference play next. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on the Beacons Broadcast Network.